Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing One Piece chapter 898. I promise I'll be there. So, the first page, we get introduced to a new character in the Harajin cover page story. And so his name is Road. He's the navigator. And so the first impression I get from this guy, you know that one guy on Buggy's crew who's got like a half-shaven head and he's got green hair? Who uses like the swords on the like unicycle, you know, that goofy guy. That's what this guy kind of looks like, but in giant form. I just thought that was kind of funny. Also, I made an observation I didn't make in the previous chapters, was that looking at his ship, he's clearly on a big ship, right? Because he's a giant. But his ship looks like a traditional Viking ship. And I just thought that was pretty funny because it's like your ship is massive, but at the same time, it more or less looks like an overgrown canoe. And I just think that's pretty funny. Also, in this cover page, we see that Oda is drawing a picture book for the Ace, Luffy, and Sabo story when they were kids. So I think that's really, really cool. So, we get introduced to this chapter. One of the inbred twins is saying, he's like, oh shit, what they say about the German is true. They're cyborgs with steel skin. And I just thought that was really funny because none of the bullets were like, you know, affecting them in any way. And we know that's clearly not true because it's their suits that allow them to get that awesome power, right? And like Sanji, if he gets shot, he's done for. And even at the tea party, we could clearly see Judge was crying, bawling his eyes out, and the rest of the German kids, they weren't crying, but like they knew if they got shot, which they were going to be shot, they would have died. So I just think that's pretty interesting. Also, well, actually, I think that there's a slight misconception because they used like armor-piercing bullets, and there's stupid candy stuff that guy made. So finding off that the Vinsmokes are here, and that Nestorte and his 1,000-man army didn't finish them off, left him with a lot of questions. And it's really funny because Ichiji speaks of Nestorte and his men as if they're flies, and that's it. I just found that was pretty funny. And so we turn to the next page, and I instantly see Chicken Dude flipping his shit, and he's just so fucking hysterical. And I see Book Guy, Montdor, surprised. He's like, "What? How could this happen?" And it's just funny because the Chicken Dude's yelling at Montdor because it's like, yeah, the Chicken Dude was right. The Chicken Dude was right. Don't underestimate the Vinsmokes, buddy. Don't underestimate Luffy. You know what I mean? And so at the panel down, we see Nestorte passed out, and I just thought that was a nice touch. So we turn over to Smoothie and Daifuku, and they're kind of just on the ship, and they're fucking livid. They're pissed off. Okay? They see the German ship is on their tail, approaching them, and they're pissed off that Montdor was wrong and all this crap, right? But they've decided to still go to attack the Straw Hat ship because that's their real objective, right? I think that the Straw Hats are definitely more powerful than the Vinsmokes at this point. And I think that's the observation the Big Mom Pirates have made. Also, I'd like to make a pretty cool observation, and that would be that Smoothie has shrunk down to normal size. Now, I don't know if this was previously established in a prior chapter or not, but I have noticed this. What I'm thinking is that that slash she made against the Straw Hat ship, I think that was almost like a slash where all of the water she had absorbed into her body. She's basically like a sponge, is what I'm saying, was unleashed. And so when that happened, I think she shrunk down to normal size. Anyways, so we get back and we see Brule crying her eyes out, and she starts yelling how, guys, Luffy didn't beat Katakuri from trickery. I saw the whole thing. He just beat him. And everybody's shocked. Shoutouts to Oven, shoutouts to Snack, and shoutouts to Montdor, book guy, for their amazing reactions. I especially liked how what's his name, Montdor. He has his tongue sticking out like like almost like a Usopp moment there. I just thought that was hilarious. And so they think Brulee's full of shit and think she's lying, but this doesn't stop them from showing how desperate they are and really going hard at Sanji and passed out Luffy, right? So, it's crazy. It's crazy. So Oven, he's just about to slice sleeping Luffy and escaping Sanji in half. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ichiji saves him by using like these blinders from his lights. And the moment I saw this, I was like, wait, what? Are you telling me his eyes are like car lights? Like what's going on? Because it looked exactly like how Luffy and Chopper get those like blinding lights that Kizaru makes whenever they see Frankie do some cool cyborg thing. It's just the funniest thing. I'm like, what is this? Is this a gag? Like, is Ichiji gagging right now? And so I thought that was interesting, right? And so we see the next page. Ichiji, this guy is really cool. I like Ichiji. So he comes out of like nowhere, like almost, and he takes out a bunch of guys, and from his hands it's almost like there's like little beams of I want to say plasma. That's all I want to say. It kind of looks like plasma. I wouldn't say explosions, but I would say that they look like plasma, and they like go through you. So it's like they're definitely like acidic, maybe erosive, because like they're so hot is what I'm thinking. So he takes a bunch of fodder and Oven with this plasma shooting out from his hands, and I thought, whoa, this is some cool shit, my dude, right? So I was pretty amazed by that, if I'm being honest here, right? So Oven is on the floor. He is donezo. We see Yonji, right? Yonji completely smashes that really heavy thing that took out Sanji, the heavy mace that took out Sanji the prior chapter, right? Easily. Then, actually, guys, I made a theory about this. I made a theory saying that Yonji's special ability is that he is ridiculously much more stronger than the Vinsmokes in terms of actual physical strength. What I mean by this is I think specifically his grip is miles out of the league, out of all the other Vinsmokes leagues. This guy's grip is so intense, and he fights like this. If you didn't notice in the chapter, he breaks the giant mace, then he grabs the other people, the other inbred twins, okay? And I don't know fucking how, but he somehow manages to like extend his arms almost like a contractor or whatever you call it. Like when something like it's like a cyborg thing. It's like a cyborg thing. That's like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm still baffled on this. It's like, wait a second, how can your arms shoot out like that? That doesn't work. You're a human. You're not a devil fruit. You're not a devil fruit eater. You must be a cyborg, because how else can they do that? It reminded me of Frankie when Frankie shoots out his fist and it's attached to a chain. That's basically what Yonji did, and I'm like, holy shit, that's pretty cool. So after Yonji comes to Sanji's aid, all of a sudden Niji comes out of nowhere, right? Like, I mean nowhere. This guy's like the Flash, dude. This guy's super fast. I thought Sanji was fast. Dude, Niji is leagues beyond Sanji. Buddy, this is hype. So Sanji's flying through there like lightning. It reminded me of Hakuba. Well, I think that's his name, when in the Colosseum, when he was just fucking, oh my god, you know what I mean? He was amazing, right? And so he comes in there, he's destroying fodder. Like within a second, Sanji's like out of like everyone. Like he's out of the way of everyone, and like all the Vinsmokes are like dealing with all these like fodder characters, right? Like literally, Ichiji has turned Oven into fodder. Yonji and Niji, they've turned like all the fodder into like even bigger fodder, right? It's crazy. So we really see how fast Niji is here, and I just think that's pretty cool. So anyways, Sanji's like flying out there. He's doing his like moonwalk stuff, right? And all of a sudden, we turn to some fodder, and they're gonna like shoot like tear gas or whatever. So Sanji's gonna follow the sky, right? Well, all of a sudden, Reiju comes up, and she like poisons all of them. She's like, nope, nope. And so yeah, nothing happens with that, right? And so we end the chapter seeing Sanji saying, "I see the sunny," right? And he has Luffy, and Luffy's got like a smile on his face, and so we have a good idea that they're all going to reconnect. They're all going to have like this big reunion. Hopefully, they're gonna stay together. They've come apart like 4 times already. It's pissed me off. Okay. Now, my final thoughts for this chapter. It was a good chapter. It was an escape chapter. There was lots of tension. I liked how there was lots of action. Action is always fun to see. When you got action, you got like really good emotions like rushing through you, and that makes for a great time reading, especially a series you love, right? And so I want to ask you this question: do you think this is what Germa is like, specifically what Ichi is like? Because isn't Ichi the type of character to not care if, basically he's indebted to Sanji? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Ichi really cares. That's not in his agenda. So maybe this is some good character development in the moment, like in the moment character development, or maybe he's following Judge's orders, because we haven't seen Judge, and we do know that Judge is the type of character that does not want to be indebted to anyone, and I think this is the type of vibe that came off from the last time we saw him. So guys, tell me what you think. I think this is some character development for Ichiji, and I also think that Judge has something to do with this. I think there's a mixture of both. But guys, I like this chapter. I give this chapter a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a fun chapter, and that's what I really like. I like these fun chapters. So guys, leave a like and subscribe. This has been G, the Jungle King. Oh, I'll see you guys later. Bye.